Indique Uncut.
Hey ladies, thanks for tuning in to Indique Uncut. I have here with me today Mona Scott Young, business mogul extraordinaire and executive producer of the exciting and amazing and fabulous show Love and Hip Hop.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming through, Mona.
Absolutely, I love
So
coming
glad
here.
you could make it. Well, tell me, what had you come up with the concept of Love and Hip Hop?
Actually, the concept for the show, it evolved. It started out as a show about Jim Jones. And Jim was someone that, had gone into VH1, met with the guys there. They loved him and wanted to do something around Jim. And during the course of the time that it took them to actually shoot the pilot for the show, Jim had gone through a lot of things. A lot had changed in his life. And when they shot the show, or the presentation tape, it ended up being what I like to call the anti-reality show. Because Jim decided he didn't want the cameras in his face. He didn't want the producers following him around. He didn't want to do anything that had to do with having his life filmed.
Right.
And they actually liked the idea, believe it or not, and they went ahead and greenlit a pilot. At that point, Yandy, who manages Jim, had joined my company, because Yandy and I go way back. She was my protege at Violator. Right. And when I started Mona Me, she came in and joined me and brought Jim as a client. But they couldn't get the pilot shot. So I'd started moving into television production. I knew the executives at VH1. They brought me in, and we ended up shooting a pilot. But this was over a course of maybe 3 or 4 years. And what had happened was VH1's audience had changed tremendously. Now all of the female ensemble cast shows were taking, dominance, and they wanted to do something that was more in line with what their audience wanted to see.
Right.
So when we shot the pilot, Chrissy, his girlfriend, and Mama Jones, his mom, turned out to be very, very compelling and dynamic characters.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, so what we did was we built a cast around them and used them kind of as our anchor couple for the show.
Yes.
But that was kind of the evolution of how the show became more about a female ensemble cast.
Yeah, there's so many people tuning in. It's like, it's water cooler talk.
It
the
has
next
been
day.
the response to the show has been overwhelming. It's been, tremendous, just the outpouring of support for the show. So it's very exciting. We're very excited about it.
Yes, and so how did you get involved in the television arena? I know that you were heavily involved in music. Do you still deal with that music?
Absolutely. I mean, it's always something that I wanted to do. In a few years prior to leaving Violator, we'd done a deal with a man by the name of Michael Ovitz, who was a big player in Hollywood. He built CAA, the company. And we were the urban division of his company. And that gave me the entree into the film and television world. And I just became fascinated. I love the idea of not only conceptualizing something, but seeing it come to fruition in that way. And back in 2005, I produced a show for UPN with Missy Elliott. And that was an eliminatory contest type show. It was called The Road to Stardom. And I got bit by the bug. And ever since then, I've been developing ideas. So this whole, show with VH1, Love and Hip Hop, has been an incredible blessing for me and my own career aspirations. Right. Because, first time out, nice hit out of the park, 2 seasons in.
Yes, and it's just so fresh and new, just the element of the entire show. I just really love it. And I mean, you're just such an aspiration to young women trying to get into the entertainment industry. What type of tips would you give that woman?
I always say know your business. Know what it is you want to do. Learn as much as you can about it so that you're coming at it from a knowledgeable place. Whether it's the mechanics of behind the scenes of how it works. Of course, always the business side of things, making sure that you educate yourself on, deal structures and stuff. I always feel like an educated, person in terms of producing or whatever it is you want to do. Management is always the best. It allows you to do your job, to the best of your ability. So know your business. Know what it is you want to do.
That's great advice. And I think that's something that every young woman should take in anything that they do.
Absolutely. That's how I feel. I'm like, it applies to anything. Anything you want to do, make sure you understand, you know it inside out.
Exactly. That's great. Well, I want to get into my favorite thing of all, hair.
Hair.
And I love your color.
Thank you.
So what sparked this? Do you normally wear highlighted tones and go into the blondes. Is that your thing?
That's always been my thing for a very, very long time. I don't even remember what my natural hair color is like. I just like the lighter shades. I think it's more fun. I think it's youthful. Personally, I feel it complements my skin tone.
I agree. It
so
really
it's always,
does.
and sometimes in the summertime, I tend to go a little lighter. And this is kind of, you know, dark for me, but I like the nuances of having the different shades blended in. Yeah, I love your color as well.
Thank you very much.
I think it's very similar.
And
I
I
would probably look at
So I've, you know, I switch up, and I think I'm going to stick with the lighter tones. And people don't know me sometimes when they see me with the darker hair. So yeah, I like it too. I like it a lot.
And for me, I wore curly hair for a very long time. So the straight hair was a bit of a departure, but I like it. I think it's sleeker. It's easier to manage.
Right.
You know, even with the curly, you just shake and go. But for me, you know, this gives me kind of a more polished look.
Exactly.
Especially now that I'm an executive. You know, I tend to be a little more pulled together. So I enjoy it. I enjoy the straight hair. I'm having fun with it.
And I heard you love to vacation. What's your next destination?
Actually, I'm headed to Curacao. I've never been.
Oh my God, I don't even know where that is.
That is somewhere nestled between Aruba and Venezuela.
Oh,
so it's a Latin country, which I'm, you know, looking forward to. I travel a lot, and I like to go on vacation a lot. I don't get to as often as I'd like to.
Right.
But I'm looking forward to Curacao because, again, it's someplace I've never been, so I love exploring new territories.
Can I jump in your suitcase?
No, absolutely not. You know?
What kind of hair do you want to wear? What are you going for?
I think because I plan on jumping in and out of the ocean and the pool, I'm going to go curly. I want to do something that's, you know, this is great, but it requires a bit of maintenance, curling it. And I have no idea. I know what happens when I wash it. And I tend to give you lioness, a huge mane.
Hey, but that's always
mane is good if it's curly, which is why I want to go curly. Then I could jump in and out of the water, shake and go.
Great. Well, that sounds good. I think I see something right
what are we
here.
Doing? This? But we'd have to go lighter because I want to keep the same colors that I have, but I definitely, and I think I'm going to do a little bit of a blend with the curls.
Yeah, I think
so
that'll
that I have a mixture of a soft curl, but something that's a little curlier. Maybe not as curly as yours because I'm not sure what's going to happen in the water with that.
Right.
So we're going to do something that's a little bit easier to manage. Yeah, but definitely in this same color.
Well, you're not going to believe this. My hair actually was that color tone. So you can definitely lift it. And I think it's all about keeping that shadowing at near the root. That really gives that natural look.
And it's easier to blend, especially if your own hair is
If you're not dyeing your own hair, it makes sense. It just doesn't look totally natural if you have just blonde hair coming straight from the root and then you have dark, your natural hair is dark.
William, did you hear that? William is my hairstylist, making sure
William
he's listening.
does an amazing job.
He does an incredible job. Love it. Shout out to the Glam Squad. They make us look gorgeous, you know.
Well, thanks so much for spending some time with Indique.
No, you guys are phenomenal. And thank you so much for everything you guys did for the show. The girls look absolutely gorgeous.
We love working with the girls. We love providing with amazing hair. And we think the style team is fabulous.
Absolutely.
And we think you are too.
No, well, thank you very much. You guys gave us so much flexibility. We were able to go in and out because when we're shooting chronologically, sometimes we do have to go back and cover stuff. And you guys had those little clip-on pieces.
Perfect.
That we were able to just clip right in. After, you know, one of our girls gets a nice little haircut.
I was about to get into the scene where one ended up on the ground and our Emily was so kind to pick it up.
Yes, but that was after a little bit of tugging, which we don't encourage. We don't encourage the tugging out of the clip-on pieces. Yeah. But no, the flexibility was phenomenal. Just being able to clip those pieces in, take them out, you know, go from one hairstyle to the next, the curly to the straight. Yes. I think that a lot of our viewers enjoy that. They love seeing the glam side of things and seeing the girls looking gorgeous, and you guys were a big part of that.
Thank you
so
very much.
Absolutely.
And I think it works great behind the set, and we appreciate you. We appreciate you being a strong, powerful woman in this industry.
Thank you so much. Well, hopefully we get you in on the next season as well, or is Indique
love to
come hang with us?
Be there.
Beautiful, wonderful.
Okay, so before you go, I've got to get a pic with you for my Erica Dotson Tumblr page.
Oh, of course, absolutely.
Thank you.
Especially since we're all made up.
That's
cute.